Hey there guys, welcome back to Cop Talks and another video. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can get your private investigator license in the state of Texas and how you can get one as a Texas law enforcement officer, right? So the way I kind of came about all this was I got a job offer in my inbox as a background investigator conducting, background investigations into new hires, new employees, and things like that for companies, just kind of on the side. But one of the stipulations was that I needed to have my private investigator license. And I was like, well, I don't have that. How can I get that? How do I get that? It's not something I really looked into. So basically, to be the owner-operator of a private investigator company, you must have what's called a qualified manager. And so a qualified manager is someone who has a minimum of 3 years experience, or it could be a combination of education and experience. They have to pass a written exam and show proof of liability insurance, and all that has to be provided to Texas Department of Public Safety, who also manages the Private Security Bureau. So to be a licensed PI, you have to be at least 18 with no criminal history, but you can only be trained and operate underneath a qualified manager. So it all keeps coming back to basically having a qualified manager. And if you work for a company, that's no big deal if they have one, but if you're starting your own or if you want to operate independently, through your own company, these are some of the things you'll need. 3 consecutive years of investigation-related experience, such as law enforcement, CID in the military, things like that. A bachelor's degree in criminal justice, or a regular bachelor's degree with an additional 6 months of investigation-related experience, or an associate degree in criminal justice or related course of study with an additional 12 months of investigation-related experience, or a specialized course of study, blah, 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 blah. So basically, you got to show that you even have any kind of idea how to perform investigations and ask questions, basically. Once you have all that, you can then take yourself over to the Texas Department of Public Safety website, get over to the Private Security Bureau section and start filling that out. Find a time and place where you can do the test. I think there's only a couple locations up in Dallas area, then I think there's one in El Paso, and it's kind of spread to the corners of the state. And conduct that test, and then once you're approved for that, then you can file for a business license and all that. But if you are a law enforcement officer, you can go ahead, just apply for one. If you have at least 3 years of experience with your agency, let's say you've been on for at least 3 years, you can go ahead and apply for your, application. So that's where we are right here. This is TOPS, the Texas Online Private Security. This is its own little website that you have to create an account for and do all this stuff and upload your driver's license, police ID, your DD-214 if you have one, which I highly recommend because they give you a shitload of discounts. I'm talking about applications and licenses costing as little as $7. So it's pretty nice. So what you're going to do is, you got your profile here, my registration's here, all this will be blurred out, but you can see here that my certifications include continuing education instructor, private investigator, alarm system installer, and a non-com security officer because I don't need a license to do armed security work as a police officer. So I don't have any business applications and I don't have any businesses yet, but who knows what the future holds. So anyway, you're going to want to go to my applications. And, you'll see here if you have any unpaid applications, which I don't know why you would do that because you have to pay for it at the end, and then paid applications that you're kind of waiting on. So what you'll do is you'll go to Start Individual Applications. At this point, this is where you're going to kind of go through and see which one applies to you. Are you going to be doing armed, in which case you'll have to already be affiliated with a company, basically, or a governmental letter of authority, which that's a whole nother video about something else. The different instructor registrations, level 4, level 3, level 1 alarm, level 3 firearms. So for private security and private investigator, you're going to want to click unarmed. Okay, so you got right here, private investigator. You're going to go through the list here and you're going to figure out, you can't choose multiple ones, unfortunately. You can only do one application at a time. But basically, if you're a police officer, you can apply for just about all of these. And with your certifications as a Texas peace officer, that's that right there, you can actually qualify for most of these without even going to school for them, which is kind of crazy. So you're going to select private investigator. It's already got my name because I already, I'm going to have all this blurred out, but this basically is, you'll fill all this out if you haven't done so already. All my information's already saved. So I have the little add ID button down here is where you add your driver's license and things like that. So this was where you would enter a business license number if you are associated with a business, right? If you are employed by someone, or, the employer's like, okay, I'll carry your insurance, whatever, put my number here. This is where their license number would be. And that's like the license number that you see on the side of security vehicles. Like, if you're going through a mall parking lot, it's like so-and-so security, C1, whatever. So that is where you would put that number. And then where you would enter a physical address, and then, mailing address if it's the same, contact information, you could do just a random number there, and you hit next. Oh, county, duh, I'm an idiot. So let's do Shelby, sounds cool. So right here, you basically fill out your information. Once again, this will be blurred out for you. You have to put any aliases, you got to put your height, weight, eye color, hair color, race, gender, like I said, aliases, duties, a brief description. I usually put, I'm not even gonna type it out because I hate typing, but basically it's like performing investigations for businesses, individuals, and other entities on an as-needed basis, including but not limited to, background investigations, theft investigations, whatever. And you kind of put that, and that's just basically saying, like, why are you getting this license? What are you doing? What are you going to do with it? And so you put on there stalking my ex and having a legal way to do it, and it's not exactly what they want to see. Oh shit, I have to put something. Okay. Free pizza. So then right here, it's going to ask you military status. So I'm a veteran, so I select veteran. I am applying for the military fee exemption. So boop. And then it's going to ask, are you a Texas peace officer? Yes. Active. Retired. Not currently or never. So active. Boom. Then you type in your PID. Just do like, oh, we'll do like 69, 69, 69, 69. There you go. That's a good number. I wonder if somebody actually has that number. So, employing law enforcement agency is going to be Tickle Me Elmo PD, and then we'll do random ass, and that'll be Brazos County. So, and then it's going to ask you for your active peace officer questions. I am qualified for which weapon types? Boy, a whole lot more than this. So basically, I just go ahead and put on there semi-auto and shotgun. That kind of covers a lot of them. They don't, for some reason, they don't have patrol rifle on here. Go figure. But I think a lot of security agencies, like as far as private security, they're actually not qualified for patrol rifles. It's usually pistol and shotgun. That's about it. So basically, you have to say that you are familiar with the Chapter 1702 of Texas Occupations Code and related admin rules. Yeah. You certify that you are a full-time police officer or peace officer with TCOL. Yes, and see, that is one of the things is, like, you have to be working at least 32 hours per week, and by some definitions, also receiving benefits, which is weird, but whatever. So yes. And then I certify that I have served on active duty and was discharged or released from active duty. Yes. Have you ever been convicted? Felony? Nope. Class A? Nope. Class B in the last 5 years? Nope. Are you currently under indictment? Nope. Are you currently charged with a Class B? Nope. Have you ever been found by a court to be incompetent by reason of mental defect? Not yet. Should be a choice there. Not yet. Were you discharged from the military? Yes. They try to slip you up on that one. Are you required to register as a sex offender in Texas or any other state? Nope. And then I understand that all fees submitted are non-refundable. I verify the information is true and correct. I understand that any pending charges or conviction will require, they'll yank your shit, basically. You review the eligibility criteria, yeah, and I certify that all information I provided in relation to criminal history, because they will do a background check. I mean, that's just whatever. So, bam, then it goes on here, application type, unarmed registration, private investigator, employment date, don't have one, business license, don't have one yet, business name, don't have one yet, you know, personal information, all that jazz. You're doing this for free pizza, and then you're applying for the veteran exemption, and then, you know, all that. So basically you're going to review all that, you're going to go through it, and then you're going to hit next, and that's where it takes you. Oh, okay, well, it's not letting me go forward because I already have this license. But basically on the next steps, you can see up here, you review the fees and then confirmation, and you pay for it. So that's basically it. That's all you have to do for one of those applications. So once you go through all that, for me, I literally got a confirmation in about, I think it was a little bit over 24 hours. 24 hours later, I had my private investigator license from the Private Security Bureau. And yeah, so then I was able to apply for a couple extra side gigs, and you know, it's another license to throw into my resume, right? So if you're looking at that and you're interested in doing that, those licenses, here, I'll go back to my registrations real quick so you can see. These licenses are on average good for like 2 years. So you can see here on my non-commissioned security officer, I was issued this back in November of 2019. And then it expires on, you know, the equivalent day 2 years later. But all the other ones that I applied for on the 4th also expire on that day. So they expire all at once, and then I can reapply all at once, you know, so I can renew them. And the thing is, if you stop being a police officer, you have to provide continuing education credits to maintain your licenses. But if you maintain your peace officer license and you are still full-time, you just reapply. So I mean, it's not that big a deal. Anyway, guys, I hope this really helped you out and kind of navigate this website. The website's not too bad. Actually, as far as government websites go, it's not that bad. I've seen worse. It made it pretty easy. There were a couple different price differences. I think for my CEU instructor cert, it was $8 with the military discount, and then for private investigator and an alarm system installer, and for the non-com, I think it was $7 each. So you're looking at less than $40 for 4 additional licenses that could score you a couple extra jobs. Not too bad. Anyway, guys, hope this helped you out. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments below. If you did like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Helps me out a lot and alerts you to future content. I hope you guys are staying safe out there. I hope you guys are staying gainfully employed. I hope you guys are chasing your dreams. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one as well.